to get a full podcast,
But if we're just going to have these issues, we should just go IG Live. Stop messing around.
All right, fools. How does this sound?
That's
I turned it down for everybody because it was loud as hell.
Yo. How's that? Is that better?
It's a little bit. Yeah, I think it's all right.
How about now?
Yeah.
I'm about to spit some bars again. I'm back to the holding the mic. You know what I mean?
That sounds way better. I don't understand. You have a $450 mic sitting. What's happening?
I know. I had to retire this one and go to this one.
Why?
I'm like Johnny Carson. Remember the little tiny mic that he used to hold? That was so sick back in the day. I want to get one of
Bob
those
Barker.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Bob Barker.
Johnny Carson.
Make sure to get your pet spayed and neutered.
How is your dog doing, by the way?
Oh man, the dog is crazy, dude. I feel like when you have insides removed, like you do on a female, like on a spaying, right? They need to be like locked up, not like immobile and that type of shit. This dog has been crazy since the day after we got her, and it's like she hasn't been licking her sores or anything, so there's no reason to hold the cone. But we put the cone on to see if it would like stop her hyperness, and it doesn't. So whatever, we're just letting it fly.
That's how Benny is. We're like, dude, what will slow you down, bro? Chill out. He had the cone on and it slowed him down for like the first day, and then after that, he was just all over the place, wild.
Huh? Maybe that's normal now. I don't know. I don't deal with puppies that much, so this is all kind of new to me.
Right.
But I definitely feel like Bob Barker in this bitch. Totally.
This is crazy. Let's talk about this for a second. The quality issues, we've got to improve this for one, because I'm getting pissed off by the episode. For two,
Robin just said, "Hey, I'm getting off the Patreon." That's what Robin just said.
Oh my God! Jalal, where's my fucking?
I'm gonna start hitting.
You guys got me working out here with
I don't even have
no
equipment.
I
What
got
do you
nothing.
need?
I can't hear myself.
What do you need?
I can't hear you.
That's exactly. I know. That's what I'm saying. We'll get whatever you need. We'll do it. I just don't know what. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we need. That's not my end of the bargain here.
We need a mixer.
We need a
mixer. We thought the Roadcaster was going to be the mixer, but that's not plugged in. So
here's the issue, man. If we go on IG Live, that's vertical. So to upload it to YouTube, I think is an issue. That's the big problem with IG Live. Plus, I don't know, like we're trying to still do a show, but I don't understand. How are people still doing the show and everything's fine? And we're over here shitting the bed, first class. I just don't get it.
Have you seen anybody doing it remote yet?
No. Well, I heard about a couple people that are now moving their operation from shows our size to shows like Dan Patrick. He's actually going back to the attic where he started his show when he first left ESPN. He was saying today that he's going back to doing it on they're building out a little space for him up there so he can start doing it remotely. So we were like ahead of the game as far as like getting in and doing it. But we're not executing well. Yeah. But he hasn't done the show yet. He's just talking about today. He's preparing. I don't know. People. Probably his staff. Probably a sicker staff than we got going here. And I realize that. I realize we don't have the sickest staff. We don't have the sickest equipment. But I feel like we should just be able to do it normal. We should be able to sit here and talk with some decent audio. I mean, and not have issues.
The problem is doing it live is so much different. Like if you were to record a remote podcast without doing it live.
Is that what we should do? Do we blend?
Maybe. Then blend the audio together and then upload it. Yeah, you can make it pretty sick.
Is that what we do? Do we kill the live aspect of this show until this is all over so we can get back to our studio, back to our normal life? Do we just do this remotely and then upload the video?
No, I think we just severely lower our expectations.
Well, that's the
because everybody wants
the audience lowering their expectations as well. We have to understand if they don't want to do that, because there's a lot of people that produce content out there. There's a lot of people that put out shows. So I mean, that's how I look at this. Is I'm on a, it's nice to read all these Instagram memes where it's all hugs and cards and bullshit, and it says, oh, just compete against yourself, just love yourself, don't worry about what everyone else is doing. No, fuck you. I worry about what everyone else is doing. I compare the quality of my shit to their shit, and that's why people listen to me, and that's why people listen to the show, and I want to have good quality. That's all. Yeah, I don't think you're trying to make it have bad quality. I'm not saying that. It's not like you are the responsible for quality.
I know.
But I'm just, It's frustrating that John King just said if Mr. Skinny can record his bullshit, then we should be able to too. I don't know who the hell Mr. Skinny is, but I agree. If he can record his shit, let's get it cracking. Mr. Skinny can do it.
What we should probably see about what they think about doing, because we were talking about doing two separate things, like the hangout thing and then the podcast as a separate entity, basically, if this goes on for a while. So I wonder what people think about that, because I think people just enjoy the hangout aspect, and that's one thing, and then podcasting is a whole other thing.
Right.
So we could upload like a podcast offline, do it offline, and then upload it after. That way we can do some post production and then just do the hangout separate.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Dal?
My arm's getting tired from holding this mic.
Well, why are you holding it up when you haven't said a word in 5 minutes? Why would you still be holding it ready to go, like shotgunned up? Why don't you just bring it to your mouth when you're ready to say some more?
I'm just ready to go, man. I'm happy to be corona free as far as I'm aware of. I'm holding the mic. I'm with you guys remotely, and I've got some Coors Light. Feel real good.
That's why you're not saying shit. You're drunk. You're drunk.
Not drunk. No way.
That's why you're not saying anything. And he's one of those silent drunks. He's not one of those drunks that gets loud. This guy gets quiet and fades into a corner when he gets drunk. That's what's going on over there. Guy's just unbelievable. He's drunk on the show.
No way, man. I just want my life back, man. It's so crazy being like locked up in a house, dude. I at least got out of the house for a few minutes today. Went to UPS, dropped off some shoes. My shoes have been selling off the racks here lately. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if I just have them priced right, but I'm just like consolidating a lot of shit that I don't need. So man, I just been locked up at the house. But getting back to your initial question, what do I think? I want to keep the live. I really like the live. I think the interaction is great. I love the chat. I love what people offer. And I love that people have something to kind of look forward to, even though we can still upload if we're not live at that drive time or whatever it is. But I think it adds an element that is us. And I think it's important. That's what I would say.
All right.
And I'm not drunk.
I know. I'm just
a lot of people are saying just use WebEx or Zoom. So I heard people saying Zoom before this. I looked into that too. I think just the majority of them have like subscriptions. But if this is going to be a long-term thing, then maybe that's just what we do.
Which it sounds like it is. I mean, what do you, Jalal? Give me the latest. I know you're up to the second on this whole thing, the virus, how far out we are. Actually, both of you guys are pretty good.
Locked in.
Yeah, give me the latest, fellas. I mean, what are you thinking? How long? What do you? When can we get back to the studio?
The latest, as far as I'm hearing, is going to be the lockdown is coming, like an official lockdown, and basically all I'm doing is looking at what's going on in Italy, and by looking at where they're at right now, you can kind of see the trajectory that we're going. They were kind of reckless in the beginning. They didn't take the precautions. We're doing the same. You guys saw the spring breakers living it up on spring break and being like, yo, I had this plan for 2 months. I'm not going anywhere. We're not, we're going to the bars, or even after the bars got shut down, they were still partying. But Italy is on like a full lockdown where I think people have to have paperwork to even go anywhere.
Oh,
you have to have like official paperwork saying I need to go to this location. Here's how long I'm going to be there. It sounds like parts further outside of the city maybe are a little bit looser, but that's kind of where I see us going. So if you need anything, you gotta get to the grocery, make sure you got a couple of weeks worth of food supply, and get your masks, man. I know everybody was saying the masks don't work, but now we're hearing that the virus is airborne. So
wait. What are we hearing? I don't even know about that. We're hearing the virus is airborne.
Yeah, so they're saying
what are we
for how long?
How long is it staying airborne? No, I'm saying how long is it staying? What if someone sneezes in a room? How long can I not go in that room? What are we talking here? I don't hear this news. Are this conspiracies is real news?
Yeah, I always heard it was the droplets. Like, don't let the droplets out of somebody's mouth or nose hit you.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it news because, man, this virus is so different that people are still trying to figure out, like, all the specifics. First, they said that it lasts for 14 days or whatever. And then now they're saying, only a few hours, or it depends on the surface. If it's a
Yeah.
metal surface, it's different than a cardboard surface. So just be cautious, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I saw it in
And
the air up to three hours in the air, 3 hours or less. That's kind of what I'm going by. But again, who knows? This is all new shit,
All the advice you're giving out, Jalal, you were telling me before the show that your family's not taking any of that shit seriously. No one's caring. No, they're not caring. It's so funny because they're so opposite from you. They're so paranoid and you're not. How I know you guys are taking it pretty serious over there too, Dow, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How
yeah.
is your family taking it?
Pretty serious. My sister, it was her birthday. I think she was in the chat just a little bit ago. So happy birthday. She turned. Ah, damn, I don't even know now. 34.
Oh my gosh, he's
33?
trying to wish her happy birthday live on the show, and he doesn't even know.
33, 34. But
Unbelievable.
she's a St. Patty's Day baby, so she just turned, I think 34. I'm gonna go with 34, and so happy birthday to her. But even her on her birthday, dude, which I felt so bad. She was gonna go have like some wine and champagne with some friends, whether she was gonna go see them or they were gonna come see her. And I was kind of the Debbie Downer. I was like, hey, you got to think about people's health. If you're bringing them to the crib, is mom going to get infected? You've got to think about these things. And, I wasn't harsh with her at all. I was just trying to help her understand and just take some sort of responsibility, which is hard, dude, because you want her to have a good time. It's her birthday, for God's sakes. Like if anybody else, if I had a birthday, you know what? A birthday is just another day actually for me. But, if I was in my 20s or early 30s, I'd be a little pissed. I want to hang out with the homies. I want to do my thing. So I felt really bad for her. But from a responsibility standpoint, I don't believe that she met up with anybody. She just stayed at the house. My mom and her had cake. I couldn't go see her, unfortunately. And, Robin and I, as of last Friday, we're still staying quarantined here at the house.
Crazy, man.
So
I think, did you see all the kids down in Florida? They were like, I'm not going to let it ruin my spring break. And they were just out there like jamming it up. So there's a lot of people that have, like your sister's, obviously it's her birthday, but everything's shut down. She's not out trying to fly and doing dumb shit. You know what I mean? It's just, it's interesting that these people still want to be out just for whatever, like just because of an anniversary or a birthday or a special event. Like you're not going to be able to get that back. Like it's not, I don't know. Calm down,
Yeah,
everything's
they
fine.
almost sound like
there's going to be another one next year. You know, they think I don't know. I think the world really is going to end. That's going to be the last anniversary, the last birthday, the last trip, the last spring break, whatever it may be. Come on.
To me, it just sounds super selfish. It's like, you can use that old slogan, hey, freedom ain't free, fool. You know what I mean? Freedom ain't free. But come on, man, just kind of stay in tune a little bit and don't be so selfish. That's what I would tell them. Not that, I would fall on deaf ears, no doubt, but man, just relax a little bit. Like live another day instead of just live today necessarily. I just don't get it.
A couple of things we're not going to spend too much time on. We kind of all, are a little bit fatigued on all this stuff, and you guys are here to get away from everything. So we won't go too long on that, but a couple of things I found interesting. I want you to tell me about the stimulus in a second. But before that, before the show, Jalal and I were talking about Kanye and how smart he kind of seems now for buying all those acres way out in the middle of Wyoming. And he bought crazy amount of acres. And I guess I didn't really realize until we looked it up before the show. Do you realize the amount of acres he bought out there, Dell?
I don't remember how much, but it's an ungodly amount.
Dude, most people think about this, just to put this in perspective, like even rich people, right? They go out and they buy property somewhere. When they buy land, they buy acres. It's like, oh yeah, I bought 50 acres. I bought 100 acres. And that's crazy. That's like big. That's like, damn, you got 100 acres out there. That's like some rich people shit.
Yeah.
This fool bought.
Guess how many he has, Dell? Guess how many acres?
Let's see. Let's say 1,000 acres.
Hit him with the number.
Well, this is just in November. I think he purchased even before that, but in November, for $14.5 million, he bought almost 7,000 acres of land in Wyoming.
Like 6,700 acres, dude.
Wow.
You said 1,000.
1,000.
It has a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom main house, and then 3 cabins, which can fit 4 to 6 guests each.
Jeez. But yet they're
Bro.
spending all their time in Calabasas. I think they're all in Calabasas, aren't they? Right now.
Right
No,
now.
he has land in Calabasas too, but this is just Wyoming.
I know. Tell them to go to
Or
Wyoming.
actually,
Get the hell out
I
of
don't know if he
California.
has. Yeah, I don't know how much he has in Calabasas, but he was talking about the building restrictions and all that in that Zane Lowe interview.
But we were talking about this because we were like, this dude could just go out to this land. Jalal's like, he could have his own self-sustainable
farming,
farming and everything set up there. And you've seen some videos like he's posted of him riding through that land and like being up on mountains and shit. Like, he's like, I can't believe I own all this. Like, I can't believe this is all mine. It's like, it's crazy to think about actually how cool that is, especially in a time like this where it's like he only spent $14 million and this fool got a mountain or mountains. He got land with mountains on it, bro. Like, he's riding his Kawasaki mule or whatever through
those
the
Sherpas
up there.
Them Sherpa tanks.
No, not those. Like, but just up through the trails. You know what I mean? On his mountain.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's sick, bro. It's super sick. Like waterfalls and like just
to be able to say like you own that piece of land, like you said, the waterfalls and the mountains, and be like, yo, that's mine.
Right.
Basically, even if it is in Wyoming.
And think about it, dude. He can set up his family for generations upon generations upon generations. They could live on that land. They could build on that land. They could do it. I could have whatever they want on that land.
Can he throw a football over the mountain like Uncle Rico in Napoleon Dynamite?
Oh yeah, it's yay, bro. Are you kidding me?
All right, cool. So check this out.
Go ahead.
So when we're talking about Corona, obviously you have some things that have come up here, and I think that are kind of worth talking about. Have you guys heard about the $1.2 trillion stimulus, i.e. the $1,000 to $4,000 worth of checks that we all should be receiving? And I say we all lightly because there are some obviously caveats to this. So if you make over $75,000 a year, you're probably not going to get a check from what we're hearing. So it's like this tier-based how much you make annually of whether you get a check or not and how much your check is going to be. So if you're bottom of the barrel, they're talking, upwards of, 3,000, 4,000. I'm hearing an average of multiple checks in the $1,000 to $2,000 range. So this bill has not been passed yet. The stimulus has not been passed, but this is something that Trump obviously wanted to do to try to bolster and boost the economy. The problem I have with this, that's great. If you're getting $1,000 check, if you fall into one of these tiers that actually get a check, $1,000, not to be greedy, is not much. I know our rent, I know our mortgage is a lot more than $1,000 per month. So that damn well is not going back into the economy. I can't circulate that back into the economy unless you want to consider that groceries. I guess in some way it's going back in there, but we're damn sure not going to restaurants now through quarantine or later when they open. We're not rushing. We're trying to recapture our asses that we just lost throughout at least the next 6 to 8 months, if not longer than that. What is your guys' opinion on this? And do you know about this stimulus?
I didn't hear all the details you gave. I just saw it could have been up to $4,500. I didn't know. Mm-hmm. So you're basically telling me that the people that make more money are obviously going to get less money.
If any, yes.
If any money. So that's what I'm saying is you're talking about $1,000. The people that are getting $1,000 are probably, I mean, it's nice, but it's not like they're dependent. The people that they're giving the $3,000-$4,000 to are dependent on it. And that can go a long way for those people.
Yeah, they could.
That would be, I don't know. That's my only kind of argument to what you're saying there.
Right.
The people that are getting 1,000, yeah, it's not going to go a long way, but those aren't the people that are really in dire need or really
in dire need of it. Yeah.
Yeah. They're not, that's not, they're not depending on that. What do you say, Jalal?
Yeah.
Well, I saw Trump today saying that he mentioned the small businesses. So he said, we will be helping the small businesses, but Trump is always so vague. He didn't have an actual plan, but I have Maxine Waters actually is working on a proposal, or she already outlined some of the details. And she has a couple points here. I'll just give you a few of them. At least $2,000 a month for all adults, and then $1,000 for each child. Suspend all consumer and small business credit card payments. Let's see. Suspend all negative consumer credit reporting during the pandemic and for 120 days after. So she's got some real solid things that can help people that are actually going through financial hardship during the pandemic. But there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. You can probably look it up and just see what she's outlined.
So now with the stimulus package as well, I've heard that they're also trying to integrate either Comcast, CenturyLink, Cox Cable is another provider, but those three just as options. But they're also talking about giving the more poverty-stricken people, the people that are really, really not doing well, that have no means of communication through a time like this. They're talking about giving them internet for free and also computers and iPads through this pandemic as well, through another part of this stimulus, which I think is pretty cool as well. Again, people being able to communicate in any way. Because, some people aren't going to be able to pay their cell phone bills. So, you've got to cut certain things out of the budget, unfortunately, when it comes to eating and just living, right? So I think that's a pretty cool side note on another stimulus that they're trying to put out for, the lower income families, being at them, allowing them to be able to have internet and some sort of communicative tool, i.e. a computer, laptops, things like that. So that's pretty cool, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I'm good on that stuff. Are you guys cool on the stimulus, the Corona stuff, all that? Get away from that.
Yeah.
You were telling me, Dal, about ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Yeah, man.
Returning. But I don't even know if has it ever been around? What do you mean returning?
Well, so, I think there's been times that ESPN has aired some of these events that I'll kind of go into, but the Ocho was obviously, we look back at, dodgeball. It's always been
famous, right?
Yeah, it's always been kind of this joking part of where these obscure sports, that are never represented. ESPN 8, the Ocho obviously was something that they could tailor some of these more obscure events. So whether it is coming back, whether it is coming, it is here starting Sunday. So this coming Sunday, the Ocho is here, and some of the events I would like to go over with you.
You were telling me you're very excited about this, and I don't know why.
Some of these events are just out of control. So again, this Sunday, March 22nd, ESPN the Ocho is back. We're talking the events start at noon, it looks like midnight, and then go from 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 6 a.m. all the way to 10:30 p.m. that next day. So check out some of these events to really maybe look out for. So number one, at 7:30 a.m., the Putt-Putt Championship airs. I think that'd be a good one to check out. What's new in the putt-putt game? I think I'm always down to be educated and see who the top of the mold is with the putt-putt championships. So are you interested?
No, I'm not interested in that.
Okay.
You got me to watch the Holy Moly. That was the last putt-putt golf show.
Yeah.
I'll watch. I'm good.
Which is probably canceled by now.
Nobody in the NPA has tested positive?
What's that?
NPA? Nobody in the NPA has tested positive?
No, nope. The National Putt-Putt Championship is we're Corona free. It sounds like.
The NPC.
Yeah,
the NPC. That's why I was thrown off. I was like, the NPA.
I think it's the NPC.
NPC
award.
National Putt-Putt Association.
Or championship. Yeah.
Or championship.
So check this out. So here's another one. At 9:30, so just 2 hours after this putt-putt event, you have the National Stone Skipping Competition. Now this, my friends, I've done a lot of camping. I've done a lot of rock skipping in my days, and I have never, ever seen nor heard of a championship. So 9:30 a.m., I'm locked on the National Stone Skipping Championship.
Oh my gosh. Is this a channel you get already?
Well, I'm just hoping. I'm hoping that.
Please tell me you're not actually upping your subscription or paying more for this.
If I have to,
some way,
I'm upping it.
No, you're not.
And Robin's fitting the bill on it.
Fitting the bill too, not even footing it.
No, she's fitting the bill. Is it footing the bill?
Yes.
Missed it.
Jalal, can you back me up on that? Footing the bill?
Yeah, footing the bill.
It's footing the bill, not fitting the bill. Damn it.
No.
All right, you're right. All right, let me throw one other obscure one out there. I thought this was pretty cool. So a little bit later in the day, for you fools that may still be working, I apologize. You should be quarantining yourself, but I understand you've got to make money. But at 3:30 p.m., set your clocks because the 46th annual Cherry Pit Spitting Championship airs. My friend.
That's like some lumberjack games. You remember back in the day when ESPN2 used to do those lumberjack
I
games?
do.
Where
That
they
was
like
sick.
yeah, dude, that's what that seems like it should be on. But it seems like it should really be like the kids thing, like a little bumper into the show, like just a little quick intro, not an event.
It's funny that you mentioned kids. I guess I'll end it with this here. But at 5 p.m. we do have from 2018 broadcast, unfortunately, so it's a couple years old. But they're doing the 2018 Classic Tetris World Championship. So a little bit of kid friendly action. In
some
there
gaming
as well.
Some gaming.
Yeah. So
they're trying to tap into the gaming market.
I know the e-gaming market is Corona infested right now, so they're just bringing back a couple years ago. When
little retro tennis.
Yeah, little retro Tetris.
Are you seeing any action?
Tennis.
Are you seeing any action on any of these games?
Yeah, I don't know. I was going to call my local bookie and see if they're
see if you can get
action.
the lines.
Yeah, I was going to see
on the stone skipping.
Yeah, are you taking the over under, Jalal, on the stone skipping?
Well, yeah, I got to see what the over unders are. So,
okay, fair enough.
I'll decide.
Very stupid. Wait up, check this out. T-Mobile. I'd love to watch some good putt. Holy moly was great. T-Mobile, you enjoyed Holy Moly. I thought Steph Curry was terrible on the guy.
Yeah,
that
show was
super
not
stiff.
Good.
I thought it seemed so forced. It just seemed, I don't know. It just wasn't good to me. I personally didn't enjoy it, but I guess, yeah, I'm shocked by the T-Mobile. I didn't think anyone enjoyed it. That's why it's probably canceled. But hey, you were a fan.
Yeah, I thought Rob Riggle was atrocious.
Dude, Riggle was so over the top, so
yeah.
unnecessarily over the top. Like, just not funny at all.
I agree.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of not funny, Dallas.
Uh-oh.
Let me transition here. Speaking of not funny, we tried to put on some stand-up comedy last night, right? You're trying to pass the time. We're trying to pass the time, watch a little, hey, should we watch a movie? Should we watch stand-up comedy? We throw on them. We go to Netflix, looking through all the stand-ups. Cat Williams. The newest Cat Williams stand-up was from 2018. Okay. And I'm like, oh shit, that's kind of recent. I see in the thumbnail, I'm like, gosh, this guy's looking kind of bad though. His hair is looking bad. He's just not looking good. It's just not good. So then we put on the Cat Williams. I don't think I laughed once we're 20 minutes in.
What?
And it's almost embarrassing, bro. It's just almost embarrassing the way he was going through it. So then we cut it off 20 minutes in. We put on some Chappelle, one of the ones from a couple years ago, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
One of his first comeback ones on Netflix.
Sure.
Classic, dude. I could rewatch those. He has 2 from 2017 and 1 from 2018. I think on there.
I'm still shocked by the Cat Williams not being good.
Dude, he used to be so funny.
Oh yeah,
he used to be so funny, and it's all the jokes were about Jacksonville, and like you had to be like super local to really even understand or like get into. Did you see that too? Wasn't it terrible? Were you disappointed like I was?
Yeah, it definitely wasn't as funny as any of the other ones. It seemed like one of those just like one-off specials that, hey, let's just record it tonight and put it up. It's not like they were doing a whole tour.
I guess so. Dallas, tell me about this Big 3 reality show / tournament that they're trying to put together.
Yeah, this is kind of really interesting because it's like a TV style tournament. And what I mean by that is, according to Ice Cube, it sounds like he wants to make it kind of like a Big Brother, which I'm not very familiar with. I know Big Brother, they do challenges within the house. You have men and women kind of living under the same roof, doing a bunch of arguing and shit, stuff like that, right? That's kind of what Big Brother is. So tying Big Brother into the Big 3, I don't really know what that looks like, but obviously that's where the reality TV comes in. But this is aimed at just trying to give more entertainment to people that need it through the times that we're going through, according to Ice Cube. It sounds like the Big 3 executive, Jeff Quaintz, I guess is his name, told Mark Spears of The Undefeated, "We've made a lot of headway since last week, and we were hoping to move this forward as people need sports and entertainment to get them through hard times. As of right now, that Jeff guy and Ice Cube, the Big Three co-founder, have been negotiating with a high-profile television partner to air the show. So again, when it says it's Big Brother meets Big Three, Ice Cube told Spears, if we can do it in a safe and responsible manner, we will. So literally just coming out to obviously generate some revenue, but really generate some entertainment through the things that we're going through when all sports are literally canceled, except on the Ocho.
Right.
So kind of weird, man. Kind of a
on
weird
the Ocho.
time. Yeah. I don't know really what to think about that. I wasn't a big fan of the Big Three. It was cool to see some of the basketball players that I grew up like watching. Chris Jackson, right? Mahmoud Abdul Rauf.
Yeah.
It was cool. He still looks like he's got it. Obviously super gray in his beard, and just obviously being able to see these more elderly players still get out there and ball is cool. But I wasn't a super big advocate of Big Three anyways. I wasn't tuned in every week, you know?
Speaking of basketball, the NBA just shut down their training facilities, their practice facilities today. They're not allowing any players to even go in and work out. So that's going to take a little bit of a hit. We were talking about that before the show. How is that going to work for the playoffs? You just expect these guys to come in there without being able to go in there and train and work out together and start playoff basketball. I think the best case scenario when they resume is you got to play at least a week or two of regular season games, maybe 5-6 games for each team, and then go into the playoffs. I think they need those warm-up games. They're going to need to have that to get back in the swing. You can't just jump back into playoffs, especially when they're shutting down facilities. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't think they can do that.
I know. You can only work out so much at your house. Have you seen Serge Ibaka, for example? Dude, his Twitter has been live. He's literally doing just Twitter videos of him just like training inside the house, doing, sprints, through the kitchen, sprints through the hallways. You see like Trae Young is shooting socks into wastebaskets. You see Luka Doncic like just
juggling, right? Yeah, I saw Luka.
Yeah, juggling toilet paper, which I think is a waste. You gotta watch out, man. This toilet paper is a hot commodity right now. You can't be juggling that shit. But it's interesting. LeBron is a GOAT for sure, or one of the GOATs, but I couldn't expect that 35-year-old to just not be training, not being at his best, and then all of a sudden they flip a switch, NBA's back, and then we're going into the playoffs. I just don't see it happening. So that announcement really bummed me out because it's kind of that final straw in my head that says, man, we're just not going to have the typical basketball year in the way of like having a playoffs and then having obviously the championship. We may not see that. This may be the first time in my lifetime that we don't see that. And them cutting out all training regiments in their facilities with their team, that's just another nail in the coffin for me. I'm bummed to hear that, but it's the right thing. It's the right thing to do, but I'm bummed.
Are you a little bit shocked that you haven't seen more NBA players come forward and donate money to the staffs and the crews at the arenas and the people that are kind of taking the hit here, and kind of followed the lead of Kevin Love and some of the early adopters, Zion Williamson, some of those people? Are you kind of shocked that you haven't seen more of that, especially in LA? No one from the LA community stepped up. No King. Where's the King? I mean,
AD, you haven't really seen Kawhi.
It's strange.
Paul George. I think some of the bigger names I'm a little shocked about, to even, Baker Mayfield came out today with his wife. Did you see that?
No, I did not. What do you do?
So Baker, they're donating, I think it was $500K to the locals at, Cleveland, and I think people that help out with the stadiums, that kind of stuff. So they just came out today and announced that. But bigger names, I'm shocked on some of the bigger names that I haven't heard anything from. Been very silent through this.
I don't know that, and don't take people listening out there, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not telling someone how to spend their money. I'm not saying advocating and saying, hey, they should be doing this. I'm disappointed. I'm saying it's interesting. I'm saying I thought more people would take a lead. That's all. I'm never telling a man how to spend his money. I'm never saying somebody's got too much money. What's 100,000 to him? That's not me. What they do, their money's their business, whatever. That's just I find it interesting that more people didn't jump along. And I wonder if that has to do with them being scared. Them being scared of things shutting down and their way of life shutting down. Them not, I don't know. I wonder if that has an effect if they're thinking like we're thinking and they're being a little cautious.
Right. And it could be, but you also think about like what LeBron has done to especially the city of Ohio. You look at the things LeBron has been doing and has done for communities and schools. I mean, he's obviously carried his weight, but to just not hear much from him was surprising. Not that he has to donate, not that he needs to, not that I'm pissed off.
Right.
I'm just a little shocked. I'm confused a little bit, like John King would say. Like, hey, there's 38 people watching. We've got 20 likes. I'm confused.
I'm
That's all.
confused.
Because
Yep.
LeBron is a pillar in all of his communities. There's no doubt
Right.
the great things that he's done over his career.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I just found that interesting.
I would have thought more owners would have stepped up, honestly.
Yeah.
Owners
What
have
was it,
not
just
said
one?
shit.
It was
huh?
just
Owners
one.
have not
Mark
said shit.
Cuban's the only one.
Mark Cuban's the only one.
And nobody took his
it-
lead.
It would be embarrassing as an owner to let, one of the players, Zion, he's a rookie. Like
Right.
he might have a decent contract, but it's not anything crazy. And he's stepping up to the plate.
Compared
and
to what the owners
are,
make.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
You're
dude.
talking comparing to owner money? Come on.
Yeah.
That's
And I
nuts.
just looked it up. Baker. We gave him too much credit. It wasn't 500K. It was 50K to the Cleveland Food Bank. So I just wanted to correct myself that. So that was 50K, not 500K.
We were talking about social media, Dow. You were just talking about the NBA players doing some different stuff on there. What's some of the best stuff you guys have seen on social media? What's some of the best stuff that people need to check out, or just some of the funniest stuff? Or is there anything that just pops to your mind? And we didn't even talk about this before the show. I'm just wondering if there's anything you saw that you were just like, oh, that was really dope that so-and-so did this, or these people did this, or whatever.
I think what comes to my mind first was Giannis trying to play "Smoke on the Water" on his guitar.
I did see that one. Anyone's ever played guitar?
Yeah,
That's your go. That's your first.
I think that was I remember when I was learning to play guitar, "Smoke on the Water" was the first song that I learned. It's the first song that most people learn.
Mm-hmm.
That's why that was relevant and important to me. So I was like,
of course,
that's cool. But I forget what the guy's name is. He plays for the Spurs. He's the point guard. He's the one for San Antonio. Patty Mills.
I was just
Yes.
thinking of Patty.
Yeah.
He actually came on and did a social media of him playing the guitar. I don't know what song it was, but it was insanely gorgeous. He did a hell of a job. But
Acoustic?
I think that was, dude. He popped
Wow.
out the acoustic and played a beautiful tune on the guitar. So those are the first two
You
that
can
pop
hear it
into my
in
mind.
Oh, I heard.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. Get your boy Patty Mills.
Little choppy, but
It's a little choppy. But he did pretty good.
yeah.
Feeling it.
No, it's the
Is that
filter on
is
your
that a
mic,
song?
Jalal. It's only catching. It was like catching pieces a little
I
bit
gotcha.
through. Go ahead. What were you saying?
What song is that? Is he playing a cover or something? Because
I'm not
Sound
even for
pretty
sure
good.
on that song. Yeah.
It sounded like some Nashville. It sounded
it
like
was
you
really
need to go
good.
down to
Fabulous.
Nashville with that joint.
That was some of that Luke
Yes, sir.
Bryant.
sound like some Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah,
for sure.
nice, some nice
Some
slow.
Stapleton.
More like Stapleton than Brian. I would say, yeah, nice and slow. Yeah, that was good.
What about you, franchise? What did you see? What did you like out there?
Well, Jalal put me up onto this one, but John Legend, that concert in his living room, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I went and watched that. He did it on his IG live, just playing the piano in his living room, and I just thought that was so cool. There was over 100,000 people watching that thing, dude, and he's just doing
That's
like
dope.
a free concert because that's his gift. That's what he can give, and I just thought that was incredible. That was like very cool, man. Just very cool. Just something people needed. Something that it just brought people together for that little bit, It was cool. It took my mind off a lot of stuff. What about you, Jalal? Anything? That one,
I mean,
obviously,
the Patty
you put me on.
Mills, the John Legend. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. I think we're gonna see a couple more artists doing the live concert, so I'm looking forward to that. But I didn't see anything else really.
Now, normally on this, not normally, but we expected this day to be a lot different. Dallas and I expected to be in Vegas. I mean, we expected to be in Vegas today watching tournament games right now. Instead, I'm sitting here up in my sneaker vault, looking out the window and just watching it blizzard. Mm-hmm. And we were going to drive out of town yesterday on a 70-degree day, beat the shit out of this blizzard. We were about to hit the ground running down. We were making the way to Vegas. Oh man, we were about to wake up today, play some bets. We'd be walking around the strip right now. Actually, we'd probably be sitting in the book, watching the night games, stressing out, pulling our hair out, watching a bunch of early upsets, tearing up our brackets, just having a great time.
Just having the worst gas from all the buffets. Just loving life.
That quick? Or one day in, you're already gassed out?
I already hit 3 buffets already.
One day in, he's went through half a bottle of Tums. Wow.
Half a bottle of Tums. That's what happens when you eat 4 burritos from Ja Burrito.
What'd you say?
I'm glad for Ochi that all this happened because he was going to be rooming with you.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
That's right. I forgot about that. Well, I said all that to say this. I don't know if you guys have any picks or if you did any simulations in your head, who was going to win the tournament, who might win the tournament. But I saw several websites, everyone from ESPN to the New York Post, the New York Times to CBS Sports, did simulations on brackets. Did you guys see any of those?
I did
any
not.
of the simulations. Okay, so I'll just do the CBS Sports one. Dude, guess who they have winning this on CBS Sports?
KU.
Not KU.
Wow.
But close.
Well, they're wrong then.
Not close. Check this out, though. They have KU getting beat in the Elite Eight by Duke.
What?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yep. KU going down to Duke in the Elite Eight. And then here, I'll give you this little hint. Duke going down to the team that wins it all in the Final Four. Duke gets beat by the team that wins it all. And the team that wins it all beats Michigan State in the Elite Eight. So they're coming from where are we at here? South? Let me see. Hold up. Their path is they beat Winthrop, St. Mary's, Louisville, Michigan State, Duke, and then they beat Gonzaga for the title.
Really? Jeez.
You know who that would be?
CBS done lost their melons. I'm just
saying. They were a number 1 seed. So this is assuming this is how the seeding went. Gonzaga number 1, Kansas number 1, Dayton number 1, and Baylor number 1. Those are all the number 1 seeds. Who out of that would win it? We know Kansas doesn't, so you have 3 other options: Gonzaga, Baylor, Dayton.
I'm gonna say Gonzaga or Baylor.
Dayton wins it all. The Flyers. The Flyers.
No way.
They have the Dayton Flyers winning it all. CBS Sports wins. They have the Dayton Flyers winning it all. I know you're sad for KU there. I know, how crazy, right?
Dude, Chase.
And Dayton was so hot though. That I'm not
Dayton
saying
was coming off. Yeah.
That's a long shot. I'm not saying they could win it or they should win it all, but I'm saying they could. Anything can happen. They were hot.
They were going into the tournament. They were looking really good. I bet Chase, if he's tuned into our cast, he's so fucking pissed off.
It's not me. It's CBS Sports. I'm just letting you know.
CBS Sports.
I think CBS Sports.
CBS Sports got the Rona. That's for sure.
But there was a ton of different simulations out there. The national championship on ESPN. They had Wisconsin winning it all over BYU, a 4 seed over a 6 seed.
Wow.
I know. Crazy, right? They didn't even have KU in the Final Four. Wow. Now these are all simulations, so everyone's getting nuts.
Yeah, see, I've just forgot about these 2 companies all of a sudden.
ESPN and CBS?
Yeah, I just letting them go.
That's funny. Let's move into free agency really quickly. We saw some of the moves come down last episode or Monday when we were on the show. Mm-hmm. Everything started rolling. The ball started kind of rolling, getting crazy. Let's talk about Tom Brady really quick.
Yeah.
That's the biggest story right here. And the even bigger story than him going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is Thursday, the league year opening, and him not going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So do you still think he's and earlier today, the story was, or the report was, that Tom Brady would be going to the Buccaneers. There's no issue with it. He just needs to figure out a way to take the physical, and they're trying to agree on the doctor to take the physical because of coronavirus. That was the report early in the morning. Well, Jeff Darlington came out in the afternoon, not fully refuting the report, but basically saying that wasn't the issue. There is no issue there. There's some other hang up. He didn't know what it was, and nobody knows what it is currently, but there's a hang up on that deal. Now, I ask you, Dallas, is there really a hang up on that deal, or is this the ultimate troll job by the GOAT, by the greatest of all time? He is not, and I'm so pissed off that we don't have our normal show, and I can't hit you with the Wolf of Wall Street soundbite. Because what if Brady just posts that Wolf of Wall Street soundbite on his Instagram tomorrow, or in a couple days, or next week? I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving. And they start cheering. Everyone starts going nuts. You're going to drag me down. He starts going crazy up on the stage. What if Brady posts that? He trolled everybody. He drug the Buccaneer fan base through the mud, and he's going back to New England.
Wow.
Would that be the ultimate?
It would be the ultimate, especially because I don't know if you just saw just like a few miles out of Gillette Stadium, the Crafts just did a whole digital billboard for it. Like that would have to be, dude. The Crafts came up with a digital billboard just a few miles outside Gillette Stadium that says, thanks for everything, Tom, blah, blah, blah. Gave him a whole thank you and goodbye. So, yes, that would be the ultimate troll job, especially when you got Kraft making digital billboards, thanking Tom Brady being the GOAT.
That'd be incredible, right?
I think what it is, I think Tom Brady, he's not I don't view him as a selfish guy, but with the corona and all the other news that is just taken any platform away from these individuals that are like, free agency is happening so fast. And this is one of the most aggressive free agencies I've seen with some of the bigger names. Even today, things were happening, like Todd Gurley gets let go, which we'll get into, but I just think so much news is just focused on this corona, and for good reason. But, for me, I have to think that Tom Brady has settled for not league minimums, but has never gotten the payday that the GOAT, that Tom Brady should have gotten at least at some point in his career. He's always kind of taken a back seat to what some of the bigger signings are. The Russell Wilsons, the Kirk Cousins, the at the time, the Rams quarterback, Goff, the payday that he got. And you look at Tom Brady, the guy is well under 30 million, well under it. And part of me thinks that this is Tom Brady's way of saying, all right, guys, the Super Bowl is in Tampa this year. I'm the GOAT. We're gonna stack it with Mike Evans. We're gonna stack it with Godwin. We're gonna get. Did they get Austin Hooper as well? No, that was the Browns.
Yeah.
So they're building an army over there in Tampa, and it sounds like I heard reports today that says you have these other free agents that are possibly interested in joining Brady. And it shows a list of them. These individuals haven't spoken for themselves necessarily. It's other people kind of hyping this up. But at the end of the day, I think Tom Brady's probably part of this is probably just getting.
I didn't see the list. Who was on the list?
God, I don't know, man.
You don't remember? Do you remember the names? No, you don't remember any names off the top of the head.
I don't know because I've looked over.
Because I saw that
crap.
report too, but the report I see didn't have a list. So I immediately, being the piece of crap I am, I was like, these guys are full of crap. Where's the list? Show me the free agents that are this eager to play with Tom Brady that are still out there, that have a name that the Buccaneers are like super excited about. Show me those guys. Because pretty much everyone's nabbed up.
Right.
Pretty much everyone's gone. So I saw the same report and I was just wondering, who the list was so I could see what guys are running to the phone to play with Tom Brady that couldn't get a job elsewhere that are big time or that hardly even signed big time money other than Antonio Brown, who he's trying to bring with him. Have you heard that report? Have you heard that?
I sure have, yeah.
What is that about? He's trying to bring Antonio Brown with him to Tampa. I'm not sure that he exactly fits there. They've already got some. I mean, they've already got some weapons.
Well, and Antonio Brown is still on the suspended list with the NFL. So, like, he's not even eligible to play yet, even if he did get signed. So you have that drama. But it sounds like
what if that was the holdup, huh? Why he hasn't signed?
Oh, that would be.
You got to sign Antonio Brown.
That would be crazy. That would.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. There's fire. I don't know that. Maybe someone would be making that up, but
yeah. So I don't have the list,
report.
but the report, I think, and it was also tweeted by Adam Schefter himself. He says, since word surfaced that Tom Brady is expected to land in Tampa, an unexpected high number of players have reached out to the Buccaneers to let them know they want to join the former Patriots QB there, per league sources. I don't have a list, but I have that.
To the Bucs fans out there, do you guys? I'm seeing a lot of Todd Gurley to the Bucs. Are you guys pumped about that? Do you think Todd Gurley to the Bucs is a great value? Mm-hmm. Are you think for one, I need to see what he's getting paid. Because would I take Todd Gurley on my team? Yeah, I would.
Hell yeah.
But do I think he's what he used to be? And do I think he's going to get paid like he was with the Rams? No, that's why they cut him. Or that's why they released him. They don't want to pay him that much money.
Yeah, it was like a $10.8 million cap or something like that. Yeah.
The cap was crazy.
I think as a Tampa Bay fan, which I'm not, I'll be clear on that. But if you were a Tampa Bay fan, I think, yeah, you'd love to see Gurley over there for the right price, because that's been, you look at Tampa Bay, I mean, they have an offense all of a sudden. Now, granted, Winston held a record for the most interceptions along with the most yards in a season last year, or was it most TDs and most interceptions? I can't remember what it was, but he held a record. So the offense obviously was working over there to some degree. The defense is actually pretty decent. They do not have a running game. They have not had a running game, right? I think it's Barber is probably their
well, that's what I was going to say. It was Ronald Jones and Peyton Barber last year. And then they have that, remember that Dare Ogunwule or whatever his name is? Everyone was calling him Dare in fantasy football.
Yeah, there you go.
But it's Dare.
Yeah.
Ogunbowale. That's what it is. Ogunbowale. Anyways, so where does Todd Gurley just go in the mix and he just becomes a running back by committee player for them? Because if that's the case, what do you pay? You're not paying him Todd Gurley type money.
Correct. I think he goes in as kind of a 1-2 punch. Is he the end zone back? Not necessarily, but is he also the back that's going to get you the 20, 30, 40-yard base with his knees that he basically lost in college, which is the problem that he is right now. I don't know. But you use him as a 1-2 punch. You pay him half of what he was going to make with obviously the Rams. And you see what happens.
But how do you use him as a 1-2 punch when the other guys you have are similar to his runnings? I mean, maybe
Jones. You're right on that.
Maybe Jones is a little smaller, but that's what
I was thinking.
Or I put out on my story earlier today that Jones was going to be, or I'm sorry, that Gurley was going to be. I think he's with one more team and then he's done. I think he's going to wash out. I just don't know how much he has left. And I think it would absolutely take the right system. He'd have to be a perfect system for him. And the only one I could think of, which my man Con Lee brought up to me, was the New Orleans Saints. With the loss of Mark Ingram, I think he could go there with Alvin Kamara and they could create a really nice tandem. But it's got to be a perfect fit like that. I don't see the Bucs. Everyone, if Brady's going there and everyone's hot on the Bucs right now, it sounds good. I just don't think the fit is there. And I don't really personally think they need him. I think they have 3 young guys that are doing fine. I just don't think it's necessary. I think it's, he'd be a better fit somewhere else, and it would prolong his career to go somewhere else. I think he goes with the Bucs. He gets mixed in with a running back by committee. He doesn't really show much outside of the other guys, and then he gets released next year, and he's just floating. I think if he gets in somewhere where he fits in, it's going to work a lot better for him. That's my take on it. Let's move into I kind of wanted to let me see if we time-wise. We don't have it on this day music, Dal.
Right.
I guess we can still do on this day. We don't have the music, but you were telling me, go ahead and hit me with that.
All right. So on this day, which actually happened to be yesterday, we have to bring it up. You've got MJ who abruptly retires in 1993. That being said, Michael Jordan returned to the Chicago Bulls in March 19th, 1995. So as of March 19th, 1995, which I believe was yesterday, today's the 20th, correct?
Yes.
You had Michael Jordan returning.
No. Today's the 19th.
Is today the 19th?
Yeah, Thursday.
All
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
So it is on this day. Cool. I thought that was yesterday. So it is March 19th, 1995, wearing a Bulls jersey with a number that NBA fans weren't familiar with, did not relate to. So a few days later, obviously, comeback appearance at home with an insane welcome from the United Center crowd. Jordan would go on to wear the new number 45 for the rest of the season, but switching back to his old number 23 in game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals against the Orlando Magic that year. The NBA fined him $25,000 per game for breaking league rules, on top of the $5,000 fine for non-conforming shoes that we've come to know as the Concord 11s, all in the same year.
So do you know why he decided to switch back at game 2? Not game 1, not the start. Is there any story behind that?
I think there probably is, but
not that it came up. Okay, I was just wondering.
Off my memory, yeah, I can't remember, but I'm sure there was a story with that, but I'm not for sure.
Because that's just interesting timing. Don't you agree? Like, why not at the beginning of the season, or why not mid-season after the All-Star break? Or not, I guess it's not mid-season, but why not after the All-Star break, or why not at the beginning of the playoffs? Like, why not at some kind of a nice clean point rather than game 2 of the finals?
Right. Yeah. The interesting.
Wait. You said it was game 2 of which series? Or was it the finals?
Of the Eastern Conference semifinals.
Eastern Conference semis. So it's not even final. Wow.
Correct.
Crazy.
Yeah. Which is really weird.
Timing.
But obviously the 45 is synonymous and significant because that was Jordan's jersey number of baseball and basketball all throughout his high school. So obviously we remember that. But in terms of why he did that in game 2 of the Eastern Conference semis, I don't recollect.
Interesting stuff.
But yeah, March 19th, 1995.
On this day. Nice, Dal. Good stuff. We can go into sneakers here. We got quite a bit of stuff for sneakers. Well, just with the sneaker vault and things like that. Do you know what you're going to do yet? You know what shoe you're going to show?
I think so.
Jalal, are you going to show a shoe or no?
I don't really got nothing now.
Of course. Jalal, I know you got stuff. You wear these guys like, I don't got nothing, no heat left. Come stepping in the studio in some heat.
We're doing some heat or just anything?
How about the rare pair? No, well, here's the thing. I told Dal, I was like, just pick something you can talk about. Something you got a story to go with. Just something you could tell us about either a story, how you acquired these shoes, that's why it's special to you, a reason, just a story about the shoe. If it's just something interesting, something you think we might enjoy, some behind the scenes, peel the curtain back a little. Like those headphones are peeling your hair back.
Yeah.
Same.
Jalal, show us the Oz that we need to see.
All right. I'll look for something with a nice story.
This guy. All right, Dal, as I told you guys, man, the shows will be probably an hour and a half now with this new setup and having no sounds, no clips, all that stuff. So we're just kind of freestyling, rolling through our topics, and we'll just be doing it from home. So as we go into sneakers, let's just start with the Supreme drop today, Dal.
Mm-hmm.
I asked you, is Supreme canceling their season? Because I did not have any idea. And I feel like in a time like this, it seems weird for Supreme to continue a season when they've closed their stores down, when everyone's freaking out about economics and spending money, and they're still having a season. That just seems odd to me, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Especially when it's a season. Like, you know that Adidas is still going to be doing online, and Nike and all these other big corporations. I'm getting tweets about it every 5 minutes because these organizations are sending out as many discounts as they can to still keep moving product during such a crazy time. But we look at somebody like Supreme when it's an actual season and all they do is go for a season and then they take a break and then they start another season. It seems to me that should be maybe something they discontinue and then restart the season. I mean, we're only this is the 3rd week.
Not even just why not just suspend? Why not
suspend the season, postpone the season, whatever it is, because obviously people, it's going to be hard to, even if you're interested, it's going to be hard to cop. The economy is just absolute shitter. We look at the stock market. It's bad news right now, but it seems like they should really, maybe rethink that, in my opinion. But again, I say that with today. If you look at the drop, I know you weren't really interested in the drop. You might have even forgot about it. But the big drop today, there was this collab with this visual artist, gothic futurist, graffiti writer, painter, performance artist, hip hop musician. He was into art, and he's also
Wow.
a sculptor from New York City. So literally, he is the bane of existence of pop culture, or of culture, in New York City. So he goes by the name of Rammel, and it is the craziest spelling. It reminds me of Rammstein, the band, but they pronounce it Rammel. And
No B. Rommel.
no B, Rammel. Yep. And that was kind of the big collab. And some of the packages, they did a shirt. So they did a graffiti shirt, which is his actual tag on it. And those were $44. So it has his tag right on the chest. And then maybe some other stuff on the arms. I can't remember. And that came in multiple colors. That retailed for $44. That was kind of the hot item today. And that's just the regular t-shirt. Those sold out pretty damn quick, it looked like. But if you look at some of the other stuff with the collection, even with that collab, there's still a bunch of stuff sitting, which is pretty interesting. For example, he had a kind of like this tie-dyed hoodie. And I don't really know. It almost looks like paint splatter or spray paint. And that was the Rammel hooded sweatshirt. And that was the multicolored. They also had like sweatpants with that. That retailed for $168. And you still have mediums and larges available sitting, which is pretty crazy because that was a pretty hyped item initially coming from the SUP community, Supreme communities, that kind of thing. So it's really odd. I think if the economy wasn't the way it was, I think you might have seen that different, but the t-shirts flew today.
I thought it was really interesting that they didn't, that they still did do you think it's, well, not interesting. Do you feel like it's a little disrespectful to the artist to still have these drops going on right now? Or is it disrespectful to postpone?
That's a good question.
I know you could see people arguing both sides. For me,
Right.
I'm on the side of disrespect, more disrespectful to just continue along like nothing to see here. Show must go on. I'm not a huge fan of that mentality. Damn, I tried to switch my camera up so I could show some Supreme items, and now I just jacked my whole whatever. Now my head's
whole
like
setup?
cut off. Yeah,
Just got to slouch now. It looks good.
it's like all.
You can't see the mess in the back.
Dude, I was trying to sell so many shoes. There we go. Whatever. Ramsey.
Yeah. Nice.
What? Oh, I'm on the
Yeah,
show.
don't play.
Oh, she's bringing me food. I'm on the show. She's like, hey, babe,
Nice.
here. Yeah, but this is not a test anymore. We're doing the
Sick.
show.
What did she bring you?
What's
She
for dinner?
What is it, babe? Milk and cookies. I gotta go.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes.
Let's go. Oh, my setup's falling, bro. Dallas, take the camera. Jalal, get the camera off me.
Milk and cookies.
Dal, take the camera. Or let me go get my shit. Let me fix this.
This was getting
Oh
milk
my
and cookies
God.
delivered live on the
Need
show.
some milk and cookies. Well, hopefully Robin's still in the downward dog position by the time this cast is over. I'm gonna go get my cookies.
Oh my God.
So that being said, I think
We can take a look at Supreme if you want to.
yeah, for sure. Can you pull it up on your computer or not?
Yeah, I could swipe out of this and just go straight to the Supreme and we could start browsing.
Gotcha. Because it'd be cool to talk about this oddly weird studded long sleeve top. I'd like to talk about that because I'm really it's an odd t-shirt, man, and I'm wondering how you actually wash this and take care of it.
Let's see. I think I already have it pulled up. So
Do you?
go to Supreme.
You know what
Yep,
you don't
Supreme
have is
Community.
milk and cookies like franchise does.
Hell no. I gotta go get my own milk and cookies. Latest.
Yeah, see if you can find the studded long sleeve top. And what it looks like is the New York Giants kind of font, if that makes sense.
Dang, look at how slow it's loading. That's that AOL. That's that dial up right there. Is it Rammel Z?
No, I mean, I guess you can show the Rommels. Kind of already talked about it, but yeah, go ahead and show the Rommelzy
This
All
thing
right,
is
fools, I'm
crawling.
back.
What
with
kind
the
of
milk and
cookies you got?
cookies.
Is it like Chips Ahoy or some Toll
Oh,
House or
bro,
what?
flip over, flip over. Look, look what I got right here. Call me Saint Nick in this bitch, bro. Chocolate
Those,
chip cookies, full
those,
glass of milk,
those are big cookies.
Dang.
big cookies, big
That
facts.
ain't that ain't no Chips Ahoy right there. That's
No,
that's some
fresh.
baked.
Babe, are these
Uh,
homemade? Homemade, bro.
fire.
I can't be. Can you guys hear me chewing? No.
Nah.
All right, cool. These mics are good enough. I could just scoot back a little.
Jalal, what you got on
I'm
Supreme?
I'm
Can you pull it
I'm
up?
almost afraid. I'm almost afraid to click on it because of how slow it's loading. But here's the
All right.
Ramos T. You said the other one was bedazzled.
Yeah, it's called the studded long sleeve top. I was going to take a look at that real quick. I would have called it my bejeweled long sleeve top, but studded is fine, I guess.
Nah, it's loading too slow.
All right. So, franchise, did you see that? Did you see that studded long sleeve top that I was telling you about?
Yes, yes. It's like half pearls.
Dude, it's like half pearls, like yeah, pearl cut in half, and they go all the way through each different letter. You've got. I don't even know if you can wash that thing on delicate. You're gonna have pearls falling off that shirt all day.
I didn't even think about that, but that's probably. Do you think that's worse than the Swarovski crystal shirt?
Swarovski crystals.
Remember the box logo?
I think this one's worse. These are
Worse,
bigger.
huh?
They're heavier. I think they're harder to adhere onto a shirt just because of the pure size and weight in comparison to the Swarovski crystals. Man, what an odd shirt, man. I just haven't seen anything like this in a while with Supreme. I actually like the letters, but having the studs in there, just it's a little much. But
When I was grabbing the cookies, did you guys talk about the catcher stuff still being there?
no, we haven't yet. That's next.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I just want to make sure
So
I
yeah,
missed
that
that. That was crazy.
So that shirt, the studded one was kind of hyped for a little bit, but then obviously when people found out kind of what it looked like and what it was all about, that was out on that. But the biggest accessory this week was the catcher mitts. You had the camo one, and you also had the just pure red one, and it's a collab with Supreme and Rawlings in this case, which is super dope brand. Reminds me of my childhood for sure. But this is interesting because neither one of the colors sold out, and I would think
They're still sitting right now.
They're still sitting right now at $100. You can have
198.
yeah, you can have either one, and I felt like these should have sold out in the way of you look at the catcher's face mask from multiple seasons ago. I mean, that was a hot commodity, man. If you had that catcher's mitt, damn, you had something. And I feel like these obviously go hand in hand. And I feel like you could sell this as a cool package and maybe actually make some money. So my question to you guys is, or franchise, whatever, is this something that we should buy and just sit on for multiple seasons? Is this an investment piece?
There's definitely money to be made on it, but I think you can see why. You can see what America thinks of. I don't think that's a shitty product that normally wouldn't sell out. I think everyone is in crisis mode and scared to spend money.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what that shows. I think it's not selling out because it's a bad product. So yeah, if you've got the money to get it and sit on it, it'll have resale value. It'll be worth more later on. But
Yeah.
It just speaks more to me about what's going on in the country and how people feel about the season. And like I said at the beginning, on why they should have suspended the season. It's not a product that wouldn't have sold out normally.
God, I feel like I should just buy, especially the red one. I don't know about the camo one, but the red one to match the catcher's mask from again previous seasons. Man, I think this is kind of a no-brainer just to sit on it for a little bit. But I mean, $200 is $200, and you look at the amount of food you just spent $200 today shopping groceries.
Right.
You said.
Yep.
So it's like, do I really need this Supreme, chess piece? But
hey, if you got the
know.
money to just sit on it for a while, this is the time to invest in stuff like that.
All right. Yeah,
If
it
you don't
seems like
mind
that red
sitting
one
on it.
for sure is something you should probably sit on. But outside of that, dude, Supreme was not for me. You know, again, I have to really be picky and choosy, not even just for money situations. I just don't want a bunch of shit in my man cave. Like, you know, Robin and I have this rule, like if I buy new clothing, you know, I have to donate some or sell some or whatever it is, you know. So one piece in, one piece out. That's kind of the rule that I'm following. So I'm trying to be careful with Supreme and only buying stuff that I really like. And this week, I wasn't too familiar with the artist, the collab. You know, the tag is cool. It sold out. Didn't need it. Didn't have to have it. Again, I try not to buy stuff where I'm acting like I know what's up. If I don't know what's up about something, I usually don't wear it because if I get asked about it, I don't know nothing about it. I look like an idiot. So this week, I kind of stayed away. It wasn't for me.
What about the I guess we know what the Supreme market's at. What do you guys see with the sneaker market? You were telling me, you were like, dude, the Travis Scott highs are on the drop.
Mm-hmm.
What else have you guys seen dropping, or is just everything dropping?
I think a lot of things are dropping. I didn't look at the Travis Scott SB Dunks. But when you're looking at
Those
the
are holding
highs,
ground.
yeah, when you're looking at the highs, you know, in your size, dude, I think I sent you a screenshot. They were under 1,000 all of a sudden. In my size, in size 10, they're still over 1,000. But there's a few hyped shoes that have been hyped, you know, months ago, maybe even a year ago. I think the shoe market is obviously changing. It has to change. I think people are getting rid of shoes, um, and willing to take a few dollars less than ever before. Um, you know, I think sneaker cook groups have also kind of gone to, you know, cooking all kinds of other things, whether it was toilet paper, household cleaning products. Dude, there was cook groups out there telling people to go buy ramen, dude. And this whole thing goes down to, yes, you can make money, and I get that from a principle standpoint. You know, buy a bunch of stuff and resell it. I understand the principle, but when it talks about like stuff that keeps other people healthy, keeps people alive, i.e., food, ramen might be the only meal that a certain family can get, and you got cook groups telling you to buy all the ramen so you can resell it. And then, you know, I don't know if you heard about the guy who bought like I forget what city it was, but he went like to the Rite Aids and the CVSs and the pharmacies and all that and bought up all this hand sanitizer, was reselling it for ungodly amounts. Amazon actually blocks him from their site, like kicks him off. So he's not able to sell on Amazon because he was price gouging, and he was kicked off. So now he has a shitload of hand sanitizer and all these like disinfectant wipes that he's sitting on that he was supposed to resell, ends up having to donate them all.
Wow.
So
Tennessee and Kentucky.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So
Going
it's just
around and around
crazy
and
stories
around.
like that. But to tie it back into shoes, yeah, I mean, I think people are obviously okay with taking a little bit less money. I think profit's profit, and I think it's a mindset right now. I don't think people are trying to maximize. I think people are really considering like getting out from under a bunch of product that they have, and you know, not trying to hold out, you know, for months or whatever. And I think a lot of that is because we don't know how long this is going to be with this whole coronavirus. We don't know if it's going to be 6 to 8 weeks. We don't know if it's going to be 2 to 6 months. We don't know if, you know, by Christmas we'll be in a whole different spot. We just don't know. So yeah, man, I think it's the time right now to really look at some of those grails, if you have the money, to at least just keep an eye on them. We look at the Syracuse and Kentucky Dunks. I actually bought the Kentucky Dunks last night off of StockX. It's my first purchase getting back onto StockX, because now
Wow.
they have the
Two-factor authentication.
two-factor authentication. So
Yeah.
I made my first purchase last night, and I lowballed somebody, and I got those Kentucky Dunks for $210.
Whoa.
And I thought that was a great price. Now,
Smoking, dude.
that person who probably got them for retail at $100 still made a hell of a lot of profit. But when the market right now is about 250, 240, 230, I mean, I saved another $20 or $30 getting it.
Are you going to hang on to them?
Yeah, I'm gonna rock them. I mean, for 210, that's a shoe that I'll rock, and I'm not.
You don't think
looking
it's
to.
a shoe that's going to go up next year around tournament time? That thing's going to be worth $400 or $500?
It absolutely will, and I will sell it used after I put the miles on it and still make some bread back. Yeah.
You want to put the miles on those things, huh? Oh yeah, because you said you loved your. That's right. I forgot. Dallas was telling me the other day. since he's been quarantined, he's been wearing his off-white dunks around the house. His green off-white dunks. He's been wearing them around the house.
You bet.
Just not outside because he knows he's not going outside anywhere. So he's just been stunting in front of his dogs, wearing the off-white dunks around the house. And he's like, I love them. I got to get another pair. I just put a bid in on the Michigan colorway. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Just all because of wearing these around the crib?
Oh, yeah. Dude,
got you that gassed up? This quarantine's making you get a little crazy.
It could be, but it's also a combination of the dunk. That leather is so nice. It is such great leather that makes it super comfortable, right? You have think of your greatest Jordan 1 that has some of the greatest leather, right? Stupid comfortable. You put the Hefe Lux in there. Oh my God. It's like one of my best daily
leather
driver.
Makes so much difference on a pair of sneakers. I try to tell people that, and people in the YouTube comments kill you on sneaker reviews. And no, you guys are idiots. What you don't even know about leather. Leather doesn't matter. Well, I don't know. I may not know shit about leather, my man, but I could tell you what it feels like on my foot, and it feels a hell of a lot better when it's good quality or when it's softer. And I don't know what's nicer as far as the tumble and as far as this, that, and the other. And I've said that. As long as the shit is soft and it feels good on my feet, I consider that better quality. That's what I care about. And dude, those new, speaking of good quality, those new NC to Chicago, the women's pair. Oh man, those are so great. Those feel great on feet. They feel good. They feel nice. They're soft too. But I know what you're saying. That makes more sense. I know.
You throw the Hefe Lux in any Jordan 1 or Dunk
with good leather.
With good leather. Oh my God, dude. I just don't think there's a more fun shoe to wear because Boost is still, some of the most comfortable stuff. But, I rocked Boost for like 3 years straight.
A little burnt on it. Yeah,
and I got a little burnt on it. It's Boost is not dead in my opinion. I think it's far from dead in terms of comfort, in terms of like what it can offer you. Especially if you're hitting Disney World when it comes back off of quarantine, like John King. But man, a nice Dunk or a nice Jordan 1 with hot leather, and you throw the Hefe Lux in there. I just don't think there's anything better for me right now. So
with hot leather, there you go.
Hot leather.
The Travis Scott Dunks are at $1,000, $1,019 to buy a pair in a size 12 right now.
The Dunks or the highs?
The Travis Scott Dunks. The highs are down in the 8s.
Dude, you better be buying some of those highs here real soon. The Dunks, I still have mine. Those are my grocery getters. I've went to the grocery store 6 times now with them.
They're really back up, dude. It was in the 8s yesterday. It's back up over 927 now on the highs.
Damn. Yeah. Keep an eye on those. Keep an eye on those. Yeah, the Dunks, the Travis Scott Dunks are cool, man. Those are kind of my grocery getters. I'm grocery store 6 times, nowhere else. I still am trying to keep them really nice. I love them. I think they're cool. But man, those highs, God, if I could get those highs at the right price, I might double up on those. Watch those. See if those move.
Oh, I'm keeping an eye, bro. Someone's got a bid in for $850. All right, now I'm about to go $852.
Gotcha.
So, yeah,
all right, man. Well, show me the shoe that you have for me today that you're going to give me a little story on.
Oh yeah, let's go to the vault. And I'm gonna bust these out because my room is a nightmare right now. So half of it looks clean, half of it looks dirty, and it's because I was selling a ton of shoes on GOAT, or listing a ton of shoes up for sale on GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going through shoes and I was looking at prices, looking at values. And you know how you sit on pairs of shoes and then all of a sudden you just turn around, they're not worth shit forever. And then you're like, oh wow, what happened here? These are worth $300 now. That was this pair. And that's these joints right here. Thank the Lord they're still dead stock because they're so uncomfortable. I put them on, and maybe it's because I didn't loosen the laces, but my feet they're uncomfortable. I don't know if it's the jean material or what it is, but
I know which these. Yeah, I know which ones they are.
The Nike by You Air Max 90. It's actually not a Nike by me. Nike by Mia. There you go. That's tight. Her name was
had to use her account.
Yep. So yeah, man, this pair right here is lighting good on those. Can you see them?
Yeah, looks good.
These are the Levi's Air Max 90 collab. We actually copped these live on the cast last summer. Last August, these came out, Dallas.
I don't even want to go back to that because you remember what I did on those.
Yes. Dallas, to refresh your memory, Dallas ended up buying a pair, customizing them, getting a pair, then canceling it because he wanted to make some changes. And so he went back to redo it, and they were no longer available, and they were sold out. So he canceled his order of the one pair he would have had and ended up getting no pairs.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. It was great.
Dallas had no pairs. Yeah.
It still makes me laugh. I don't know why.
I don't like this sneaker vault conversation.
But there you guys go, man. Great look around the shoe. These remind me, man, these are just that Sherpa inside.
Super dope.
Levi's on one, Nike on the other. Everything about these is great. They just have a weird kind of Witherspoon vibe to them.
Yeah, those are dope. But you said they were super uncomfortable, correct?
Yeah, man. They just they're so tight in here around the toe box. They're just so tight squeezing me. So I've worn them, and I wore them around the house just walking around in my kitchen. And that's how I knew. And I was like, I will never, ever undead stock these outside fully. And, oh, yeah, by the way, there's only 2 pairs of these in a size 12. They're both basic colorways, a lot of real dark Levi's material, kind of like the Pro. Nothing close to this spring summer vibe. Nothing close. And they're charging $567 is the lowest ask on both pairs.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I just threw these up there for $750 because you know, dumb shit sells on GOAT.
It does. It does.
Sells on GOAT for dumb prices. If you've got shoes that are bricks, you think you're not going to get money for them, put them up on GOAT. They might go. You never know. I just sold those, what the hell was that pair? The Dornbecker Dunk highs, the Finnegan Moonies, for $400, and I bought them for $210. And they're going for $285 on StockX. I have no idea why someone bought them. And they were used.
That's
oh
true.
my God.
Didn't you say there were less dead stock on StockX?
Yeah, $285 dead stock on StockX. I sell them used for $400 on Go. So that's what I'm hoping is going to happen with these. If I can get $750 out of these, I just threw them up for $750, just being obnoxious. But hey, if somebody wants to pay it while we're quarantined,
if you get $750 for those bitches, man, I'll. I don't know what I'll do, but it would be crazy.
I'm in the game, bro. If I can get in the game, I'm in the game. I'll consider myself in the game. I haven't really considered the game, but if I can get $750 for the Nike by Mia's.
Nike by Mia's. That's tight.
Yeah.
All right.
How do you list those? Is that like one SKU, but then you just take a picture of it?
So you go in, and even when you click the new pairs, so like if you look up that shoe or look up the Air Force Ones, you click on your size and it shows you all the different colorways available. It's different than if you're just buying a regular shoe. If you click on your size, it takes you to the checkout on these ones. If they're custom, it takes you to all the ones that are custom. Pretty dope.
Sick.
So yeah, I mean, I love that shoe. I think that shoe is awesome, but I just couldn't. If I can get that money for it, I got to let it go. I mean, even $500 for it, $550, whatever these other guys are asking. If they're getting that for it, I got to go.
Let's be honest with you. If you can get $400 out of those, I'd take that.
Right. Now I'm getting
you got $350 out of those.
If you can get your money back,
yeah.
you'll be.
No, the Nike by Use. I mean, sometimes those are pretty sick, man. So
there we go.
You never know what you can get for those. But if you're selling a Me Adidas or a My Adidas, you're gonna lose your ass right now because those aren't worth shit.
Oh man, not at all.
All right, you ready for me to grab mine?
Yes.
I love being in my own man cave. I can just grab shit. You know, it's like you want to play with fucking cool toys. I got Supreme locks. I got shoes. I got whatever you need. I let the dogs in. It's kind of great being at the house, no doubt. All right. So this is going to be tough because I got the Bob Barker mic right here.
Oh, yeah. What?
So as you see right here, can you read that?
Ultra Boost Mid Kith.
You bet.
There you go. The Aspen joints.
You got it. Let me open these up and I'll kind of tell you the story here. So number one, we have a Kith Aspen promo book, which is super cool, right? I'm a collector kind of guy, right? That's a nice little piece. You also have the Kith Aspen receipt. Cool piece. Now, I'm going to get into my story here in a second here, but you still have dead stock Dal in the house. Still got the laces.
Dead stock? You've never even... Oh, my goodness, Dal.
I have not stopped in these because...
Were you mad when resale just went into the toilet on them? And you
not really.
$700, $800?
because I'll never get rid of this pair. I'll never get rid of this pair.
Oh, okay.
So
even at 700-800 at that time. Oh, I guess you weren't selling them at that time. So
nope.
Okay.
So here's what I love about this. So this pair means so much because I wasn't able to go, unfortunately, but I had a homie that was able to attend, and he was able to sell them to me. I did pay resale for these. I think I paid at the time it was like $375 or $400.
Wow,
so,
not too bad.
So that was a great deal, and it was the homie that was actually able to go to the pop up in Aspen. So that's what makes this shoe so cool to me. Typically, when you buy the Kith Ultra Boost Mid Aspen, you're not going to get any of those things with your package, right? You're not going to get any the handouts, the pamphlets, the receipt. So what makes this such a cool collector's piece was this shoe was from that Aspen pop-up that Ronnie Feig and Kith did over in Aspen. So kind of in Colorado, right?
Yeah.
They did a pop-up. It was to have this booklet and the handout with it and the extra collectibles, in my opinion, just makes this shoe so cool to me, man. Almost over the top, right? It's a local shoe, Aspen. It was sold here. There was a pop-up. It doesn't exist anymore. I've got the handouts. It's still dead stock. For me, it's a beautiful shoe. It's a collector's piece. And it reminds me of a time when Ultra Boost, when I was kind of new into Ultra Boost, like I was buying everything that had Boost. And it was a really exciting, fun time for me in sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
So all of those things in combination with just the collector side and the extras that I got with this, this is a pair I won't probably keep dead stock forever. There'll be a special time that I break these out, but it's a very meaningful pair to me. I love having this pair, the extras with it, where it was purchased, and the meaning behind the shoe is phenomenal to me.
So do you ever want to wear them? Do you ever want to get another used pair to wear, or you just don't care about wearing them? You just like the way that shoe looks and, the whole pop-up in Aspen, Ronnie Feig here, all that stuff?
Yeah, I think it's all relevant. It's all important to me. But the day that I do decide to wear this pair, and I will, it's gonna be to a great occasion. Even though people would be like, "What? You're gonna wear those bricks out to somewhere special?" It's special to me, and it's gonna be a special time. Like, maybe one day I propose to Robin in a shoe like that, just because it has a lot of meaning. Robin has meaning. It's Colorado. It all relates and kind of circles back. Something like that would be really cool for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
what about you, Joel?
Love that shoe.
All right. I managed to find something.
Right.
I have a little bit of a story too.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Jalal. You better go through the vault and get a few more stories together. We're going to be here at the crib for a while, I think.
Yeah, I hope it's hand sanitizer.
So the cool gray Jordan 3.
Love that one.
I had this shoe. Shit.
Wow.
The email pops up. So I got this shoe back in
that is such a Jalal shoe too. Wow,
high
that's a
school.
Jalal shoe.
Man,
What's
you guys
wrong?
see this right now?
No, I don't see anything. Oh.
Freaking email spazzing out, popping up. All right.
It's on the live feed, not on our cameras.
Oh, is it?
Cool gray Jordan 3. I had this back in high school, and I rebought it like 2-3 years ago.
I'm sorry,
But
bro. I'm
check
just
this
seeing it on the live on the delay. I'm dying. I'm fucking dying.
Dude,
I hope-
it popped up like 3 times that I
No,
clicked out.
I know you were just kept trying to keep a straight face.
I hope it was his Pornhub membership. Sir, we have lost your credit card information. Please put it back in here.
That's funny. That is funny.
But check out the other side of these. So I wore these once. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, wow. Some serious cracking on the paint on the inside there.
So this is when I
What year was
learned
this?
about when these came out.
Yeah.
Was it 07, 08?
Dude, I had some Spizikes that did the exact same thing, exact same time frame. The King Counties, a couple
King
different ones.
Counties.
Yeah, dude.
Were they dead stock though? Like
Well,
for a
when
while?
Yeah, a little bit.
Because this is how I found this out. If you don't wear a shoe for 10 years and then you try to put it on, it'll just fall apart. If you're wearing it all throughout those 10 years, then it should be fine. But yeah, man, like every step I took, it just cracked a little bit more. The paint got a little bit worse all the way around.
Dang.
On the back heel a little bit there. So this has now become a display shoe for me. I'm gonna leave this
Dude.
on a shelf somewhere. And that's what that shoe is gonna become. One of my favorite shoes of all time. I really hope they can retro this sometime soon, so I can get a pair that I can actually wear.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I was
dude.
laughing at the pop-ups. If you said this, did you bought those when they dropped and sat on them that long, or you bought a pair
No, I
way
had
after the
them in high
fact?
school, but I rebought them
Went
because I was
back and
like,
paid
oh man, like
resale?
yeah. Well,
Cra-
they weren't
Nothing
crazy. It was
crazy.
like $200-300.
Okay. Sorry, I just didn't know if I missed that. Go ahead, Dell.
I guess these did retail for like 130 at the time.
Oh, right.
Jordan
Old
3s.
school prices.
Yeah, because those
Jordan
came out.
3s in 08.
Yeah, those came out 2/24 of 2007. So that was an
07.
07 pair.
Yeah, 07. That sounds
Crazy.
right.
Yeah, man.
Crazy. Wild stuff. All right, let's just finish with you were telling me Donald Glover got dropped from Adidas, Dell. I didn't even know Donald Glover was with Adidas.
You didn't? I thought we talked about it at one point, like on the cast, maybe even like last year.
I think maybe I forgot because I never heard about it again, so I just washed it out of my brain. Did you guys ever hear about anything he was doing with Adidas throughout his time with Adidas?
Only one time. Only one time. So yeah, this goes back to last year. Obviously, it was a very, very short time with the two parties, but the Adidas original by Donald Glover partnership has come to an end. Together, Adidas and Glover set out to look beyond the confines of traditional collaboration inspired by limitless creativity. That being said, it wasn't really creative. So when they first announced in fall of 2018, they did a short film, an animated short film with Donald Glover. And, the fans were like super pumped on it. And ultimately, they only resulted in 3 sneaker releases during April of 2019. And the models they used were absolutely dog shit, in my opinion. They used the Continental 80, they used the Lacombe, and they used the Niza models. And I think all 3 of these shoes were really, really cool if you were going to Coachella, and that's it. I think that's what these shoes were. They were Coachella shoes, specifically designed for Coachella. And,
Wait. The Continental what?
The Continental 80 was one model, and then the Lacombe, and then the third model was the Niza model, which are not very popular,
dude, I don't know
models
any
to
of
start
those
with.
models. You tell me those without Googling. I don't even know what those are.
Yeah, the Continental 80 is the only model I'm familiar with because you can see that model at Foot Locker stores. You can go in and say, hey, show me the Adidas Continental 80. The other 2 models,
you're right.
You don't see those. You don't see
Not
those
at
in
all.
stores. So this was a collab that obviously fell short on both sides. I think they didn't make much money. You didn't see a lot of people getting these, buying these. They weren't models that were great to start with. Like if you would have thrown Boost in some of these at that time, maybe that would have helped a little bit with the sales. But dude, you chose 3 absolute trash models, in my opinion. So I'm not surprised about this, but I think what they could have done with the imagination that somebody like Donald Glover has, with his childish Gambino, his acting, like this guy just seems like premier creative, guy. And I think what they could have done was something pretty cool, but Adidas has quite an ego. And, we look at what they did with Corona. They sent out a release that says, hey, while other stores are going to close down, we're deciding to stay strong and help push through this awkward time. And then 24 hours later, they must have got a serious bunch of backlash.
Hey, shut the hell up.
And said all of a sudden they're like, oh, yep, we're
strong.
Closing out everything just like everybody else is, So Adidas, right. I think this just goes to kind of their ego. Not surprised. I hope Donald Glover goes to Nike and does some big things over there. That'd be cool to see. Maybe Puma, maybe Under Armour. Who knows?
I wonder if he already has something in the works because it's funny. He just dropped an album out of nowhere and then it disappeared. Like he dropped it for like a night.
What?
And it popped up and then he took it down.
So
I don't know. It seems like something he would do though, like on purpose. Just to be like obscure and I don't know.
Weird.
But yeah, he had like an album up temporarily.
Same reason he's having Adidas do silhouettes that no one heard of.
Yeah.
Just to be a weirdo. Just do some, I'm on my weirdo style. Look at me.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, and then he had that real quick film. I don't know if anybody knows about it. I think it was on Netflix maybe with Rihanna. Did you ever hear about that?
No.
They shot in like the Caribbean or something like that. He's got a movie out. I don't know much about it, but yeah.
Dude, Dal, do you have the symbol in there?
I do.
We got to catch up on some serious
We got to run down all
super
the top
chats.
comments. Yeah.
Thomas Cervantes, chug a beer, Dal, $2 in the super chat. A little late. Oh, there we go, Dal.
Did you hear it?
Right. Oh, yeah, Dal. Of course.
A little bit.
Thomas C, $1.99 or $2 as well. Sorry, I called it $2. Con Lee also $2, and he said Dal the NMD god.
Oh, that was true. I was. You could tell the story on that. I bought every pair of Boo shoes that hit the store floor for Boo shoes. Let's just say Boo shoes in general. Anything
Not
that
even
had Boost,
NMD. I bought every Boo shoes.
I did. Boo shoes. That sounds like some Chinese food. Did you have some Boo shoes today?
Oh gosh, I bought every Boo shoes.
Every Boo shoes.
I'm
I did. Anything with Boost, I bought. It didn't matter
mesh,
if it was,
not mesh, PK, anything. It didn't matter. Dal bought that shit.
Dude, for a long time, I was the mesh god. No doubt about that. No doubt.
Dude, but I
That's
remember
funny.
both of you guys at a time were just buying everything Boost. Your whole collection was Boost.
Oh, shit.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see you guys in Jordans at all.
No, because especially at the time, like we were both working heavy retail, so it was just like such a great shoe to be able to like finally we can wear shoes that are dope
Stylish.
to work, stylish, and still be able to be comfortable. You know,
that's true.
So it was like that was like the first time in history that we had that opportunity. So it was just like it exploded for us. You know.
We influenced that whole T-Mobile side too. Like we had everybody in some sort of Boost shoe. Like within what 2 months of us, 3 months wearing them, we would be wearing them to all the meetings and stuff. Oh my god, we got T-Mobile crew hyped.
Yeah, we had them.
On the
we had
Boost.
them in Boost shoes.
I remember we went over to the Runner's Roost next door.
Oh, the Runner's Roost.
Oh,
I got that ugly pair of Seattle Seahawks 2.0s.
Oh, those are the worst.
Let's
I tried to offload those on Adele.
I should share those next time.
Take them.
We got a good deal, some good deals over there, man.
Yeah, we did.
should share. We should share some of those next time. That's fun. Oh man.
Yeah, they had some sick pairs over there.
What a crazy time that was. What a crazy life that was.
Yeah. Good times.
What about Chase donating $10? I don't know what this means. Dow, get on a knee.
Oh, you're talking about proposing to Robin.
Oh yeah, nice. Gotcha.
Chase, thanks, buddy.
I forgot I even said that.
Nice. Can we get the symbol?
Thank
down?
God.
Get the symbol.
Thank God there was an explanation for that.
Thanks, Chase. What'd you say? Thank God what?
Thank God there was an explanation for that one.
Oh, I know,
for
right?
That comment.
Yeah, I don't know if that would have been hitting the symbol.
Yeah,
Con
no doubt.
Lee, $1.99 from Con Lee. He says, "What are you doing with your Trump checks?"
Shit. If I got the I don't know. I'd probably, yeah, exactly. I'd probably
Straight
just put
to
it in the
bills.
bank, bro. Like, yeah, just right to the bank. It's a bills. Like, nothing great. Nothing. I mean, I'm gonna be struggling.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone's been. Well, we've been struggling, so that's the thing. Like for us, it's not,
It's a continued struggle. We've not had a job for. You just got your job, and now you can't go to your job. I find that interesting.
yeah, it's sweet. I couldn't even log on to the into the thing either.
Like the portal or whatever.
Yeah, I couldn't even get in, so I have to worry about that. I don't even know what's gonna go on. Like this, it's snowed like crazy today. It's supposed to be snowy all day tomorrow. Today and tomorrow, it's supposed to be a little nicer, but it's still gonna be snowy and crappy all day.
Mm-hmm.
Then the weekend, I don't know what's gonna happen. Coronavirus going into next week. I don't know if we're gonna do. I assume it's all online. Nothing's getting better.
I think all school has to transfer to online for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, dang, fellas, I think it's gonna wrap it for the cast.
We definitely had some issues today, but
this episode,
we got to figure out
doing?
the sound stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I think if we just
get
don't
a few
touch
more pieces, we need a mixer.
Do we need more pieces? Last time we got more pieces, it caused more problems. What if we just don't touch anything, keep it this way, or is this too low budget? This is too low budget. Huh?
All I think we need is to be able to play a little bit of music and some clips for now.
Right. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Yeah, for
especially
sure.
if we're going like 6 to 8 weeks with this, if that is what happens or whatever. But just as an average, 6 to 8 weeks of no sounds, no fun, I think it'd be cool to add those elements in there for sure.
What do you guys think? Are we gonna? Because I don't know if we call this, if we keep numbering these as, podcast episodes. This feels like kind of like a hangout, but I guess this week there's a little bit more format.
Yeah, but it's still hard, man. It's hard to have a format with no. I don't know. It's hard with
Yeah,
no
I feel
like
like this is
sounds
more
and
of just a
transition.
hangout sesh.
It is. That's what it feels like. Just like, yeah, just more of a chill kind of thing. And I think I was going to say, over the weekend and stuff, I might probably just jump on IG Live, talk some shit. I think I might customize those Lance Mountains. So I might just jump on my IG Live and do that.
That'd be
If you're
sick.
free now, we can just talk some shit. You can join the live if you're free and I can accept it or whatever.
Yeah. The moment you take your shirt off and have shoulder rubs as you go Instagram live, though, I'm probably out because that's way cooler than what I could do. Remember when we were doing that challenge?
Yeah, the stories back and forth.
Oh, that was so sick.
That was hilarious. Jalal needs a Jesus photo shoot. I'm in. $10 from Chase.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Dude, did I ever show you guys the cake that they got me when I left Aurora Mall?
Retail Jesus?
They got me a cake of the Last Supper with my face in there as Jesus.
What?
Do you have any pictures of that?
I have a picture, but I'd have to find it. It's way deep in
That's classic.
there.
Retail Jesus at the Last Supper.
Yeah. Johnny. Shout out to Johnny, man. He hit me up yesterday just checking in.
Oh, he did?
Out. Oh, by the way, I do have some shout outs before we get off. I want to shout out GoldenEye because he hooked me up with a sick care package. He was originally just gonna send me some masks, but he sent me like hand sanitizer, gloves, all the good stuff. So shout out to my guy GoldenEye, taking care of your boy. And
it wasn't for the whole cast.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Give that man some shots.
And then shout out the people that
nice
bought
job,
the
GoldenEye.
shirt. We got a couple purchases during the cast. So
thank you guys, man.
Danny,
the most underrated podcast shirt.
I don't want to say everybody's full governments, but yeah, Danny.
The neighborhood.
And,
the neighborhood.
James Guragna. There you go.
Yep. Guragna.
I know some people like to keep their aliases.
Yeah.
So shout out to you guys and everybody else, man. We had a bunch more after we got off last time. So
that's
shout
dope.
out to everybody that picked up the tea.
I'll give a little update here too. The Dang Bros, those should be finished tomorrow, everybody. So we'll get those out to you as soon as we can. With this quarantine situation, we don't really know what that even looks like yet. So we'll try to keep you guys updated. If it takes too long, we can talk and, money back, stuff like that. We'll be understanding. But just with everybody being quarantined, shipping stuff out, going to studios, I think our studio is officially closed after this weekend. So come Monday. So I'm going to be dealing with them, trying to see if we pay rent for the rest of the month, if we're getting, taken care of next month, so I'm dealing with all that. But the shirts will be done, the Dang Bros, by tomorrow. But again, us shipping them out, we don't quite yet know. So if you guys can kind of be patient, we'll try to update you in our stories, our socials as best we can. But yeah, just be patient with us throughout this time. Printers are having every other day off and they're trying to figure out what they need to do. And if they're going to go to the office and they've got sick kids, we're looking at other printers, but we have screens already built for some of these shirts. So it's kind of a process. It's interesting, so we're having to see and deal with changes daily, just like you guys are. So bear with us. Feel free to email us at mostunderratedpodcast@gmail.com. We'll respond to you. I've been getting some DMs. Feel free. Our lines of communication are open. So we'll try our best with it. So that's what I want to say on that.
Danny B has some changes you guys can make. Speaking of changes, Dallas. Jalal needs a background. Dal needs a mic stand.
I do.
There you guys go.
But if this is what I have to do to get through the cast, I'm all in. I'm here for you guys.
There's some changes for you, though.
Okay.
There's some.
I don't know what background I would have. Maybe my sneaker wall.
You know what? Conley just donated. This is interesting. He says, $1.99. The ladies of the cast need to make an appearance. I thought about that and maybe talking to Zach about that. We'll see. It's an idea. Thank you, Conley. But I think our faces are good looking enough. Just enjoy us for now.
My lady would require some funds for that. She wouldn't. It'd be. She's not in front of the. I do enough in front of the camera for us. She's not. It's not really her style.
That would be
My lady
interesting
actually
for them to get
shy.
to clap back.
My lady actually asked me today. She's like, "Hey, if you need support, do you want me in the comments?" I'm like, "No, get the hell out the comments. Don't be in the comments.
In the
I'd be getting fact
comments.
checked all day. Get out the comments. Enjoy your downward dog." Which, like I said, hopefully she's still in that position because I gotta go. You know what I mean? But no comments.
We gotta get you out of here, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, guys. Yeah, that's where we'll wrap it. Chase, thanks for the donations, bro. Damn, throwing down a couple big ones at the end. He says he's about to be out, about to bust out the snowblower. Call me Blizzarian. And that's
Nice.
exactly how he would say it too, in his voice.
Hey, Skinner. Skinner actually said, "Call the Quarantine Chronicles." That's not bad.
Mm-hmm. The Quarantine Chronicles. I like it.
Underrated hangout, Jason Ramirez. I like that too.
Underrated hangout.
Yeah, give us some names. Throw in some names.
Misha says it's still a part of your history. So saying like it's part of the cast.
Just dropping episodes like this. Just dropping.
I
thought about that too. Making it
about
144.
the journey, man.
Just keep going. And yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how Misha's doing at Verizon. I wonder how they're doing over there.
I'm almost thinking.
Yeah, man, be safe.
I don't know. I think we might just pop up on. I think I'm just gonna start popping up on IG Live here and there. But we're not doing the cast or whatever. If I'm just sitting around, we can all just talk. I could talk shit, whatever.
You could even do it on YouTube too. Like even just like this, like just pop up. I do a live, but call it something else. Like really just an underrated hangout.
Yeah, because it's like
almost do that daily.
These hangout sessions, it's so hard to format it as a show.
Mm-hmm.
And when you try to do that, it just makes it. I don't really like it. I don't like the way it feels, like the way it comes across. I like more just the chill session. We need to figure out a way to get all three of us up on the screen too, split screen, so you don't have to be switching. Need to get a few of those things figured out.
I think
for Monday.
I think the Discord is kind of quiet for this, so I'm gonna look into those other ones.
Dead scored. Hangouts
the other
dead.
One? Web.
Discord dead. Going now to it's either WebEx or it's Zoom video conferencing.
Yeah.
The problem is none of these platforms are built for this. They're built just to video call, and it works great when you're just video calling. But when you're
Skype's going to be the same way too, right? Just great for video calling, but that's it. Skype is going to have not very many options as well, I believe.
Yeah, I'll check out WebEx too.
All right, fellas. On that note, man, let's get out of here. Keep it locked to the socials at Dow Palantonio, at Most Underrated Podcast, and at OMG It's TTF on Instagram. And man, like I said, I'm gonna be trying to do more shit on there and go live and entertain you guys, just more sneaker stuff, more things like that while we're all sitting around quarantined and not able to do everything we want to do. So, anything else, fellas?
All good.
That's it.
All
Thanks for rocking with us today, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys for real. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you fools Monday.